Gombe State Deputy Governor celebrates 70th birthday just as he unveils his 5 books. Gombe State government lifts ban against movement of herders within and outside the state. Gombe APC receives another boost by former communications minister, plus Christian faithfuls praise God for his protection and guidance. A very good evening and welcome to the news. I am Comfort Mukola Ali. Now the news in full. It was a grand display of goodwill and national recognition in Abuja as dignitaries from across Nigeria gathered to celebrate the 70th birthday anniversary of the Deputy Governor of Gombe State, Dr. Manasseh Daniel Jatau, alongside the launch of his 5 books. The colorful event took place at the Nigeria Air Force Conference and Event Center in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The 5 books unveiled are A Sociology of Medical Practice, The Unseen Hand, The Destroying Strangers, A Man of Letters, and Towards Enhanced Effectiveness in Organizations. The occasion attracted governors, deputy governors, academics, technocrats, business leaders, sovereign and retired paramilitary officers who praised Dr. Jatau as a prolific writer, seasoned technocrat, and a rare gem committed to humanity. Governor Muhammadu Inuwa of Gombe State, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibrahim Abakanjodi, described the Deputy Governor as a dependable pillar of the administration. He commended Dr. Jatau's intellectual contributions, noting that scholarly works such as this serve as enduring resources for policy formulation, research, and societal development. The Gombe State government has lifted the ban on movement of herders within and outside the state from 31st January 2026. The state chairman, Farmer Herders Conflict Prevention and Settlement of Dispute Committee, Dr. Barnabas Malé, disclosed this in a press statement signed by Mr. Jonathan Bulus and made available to our newsroom. Dr. Barnabas Malé, who is also the Commissioner Ministry for Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives, expressed appreciation to farmers, herders, chairmen of the local government areas, traditional rulers, security agencies, pressmen, and the general public for their support and cooperation towards a successful 2025-2026 harvest period. According to the press statement, the committee also thanked farmers and herders of Gombe State for their understanding and support in ensuring peaceful coexistence. While commended the State Governor Alhaji Muhammad Inuwa for seeing them worthy for the assignment, Dr. Barnabas Malé called on the general public to be vigilant and report any suspicious movement and activities of criminal elements to the relevant authorities for prompt action. He also drew the attention of herders to distance themselves from encroaching into dry season farming areas in the interest of peace. The former Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, has donated the sum of 45 million, 250,000 naira to the Gombe State Office of the All Progressive Congress APC to augment logistical needs of the ongoing membership revalidation exercise across the state. The delegation of the former minister, which was led by the former chairman of Duku local government, Ahmad Abakar Walama, who is also the Secretary Malamon Gombe, officially delivered the donations to the Gombe State APC Secretariat on behalf of Professor Pantami. The funds are expected to support logistics and other critical requirements necessary for the smooth implementation of the e-registration exercise at both state and local government levels. The sharing formula, according to the donor, is that the APC State Secretariat will receive the sum of 10 million naira, Gombe Local Government APC Secretariat 5 million naira, and Pantami Ward, where Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami hails from, will receive 3 million naira, while the remaining 213 wards of the state will receive 200. While the remaining 113 wards of the state will receive 250,000 naira each to further strengthen the party's activities as well as ensure effective participation of members in the ongoing registration process. Speaking, leader of the delegation, Alhaji Ahmad Abakar Walama, said the gesture reflects Professor Pantami's dedication and complete loyalty and support to Governor Muhammadu Inuwa's leadership, party unity, internal democracy, and the consolidation of the APC's grassroots structures in Gombe State. Appreciating Professor Isa Ali Pantami for the donation, the All Progressive Congress officials, which included the State Publicity Secretary, Mr. Moses Carey, and Party State Organizing Secretary, Ibrahim Musa Bakas, at the APC State Secretariat Gombe, expressed appreciation for the donation, describing it as a timely intervention that will strengthen its membership database to enhance the organizational efficiency. They further commended Professor Pantami for his unwavering support and consistent contributions towards the progress and stability of the APC in Gombe State and beyond. Meanwhile, an All Progressive Congress APC stalwart in Gombe State, Alhaji Muhammad Modibo Herwagana, has commended the state governor, Alhaji Muhammad Inuahaya, on his recent award of an honorary doctorate degree by Lincoln University, Malaysia, in recognition of his contributions to educational development. Alhaji Modibo made the commendation during an interview with newsmen in Gombe, describing the award as well-deserved, noting that Governor Inuahaya has recorded remarkable achievements across various sectors, particularly education, infrastructure, healthcare, and security. He asked members of the APC in the state to strengthen the party by ensuring proper registration and active participation, stressing that unity within the party would enhance the dividends of democracy for the people.
Gaskiya abin da mai girma gwamna ya kawo a jihar Gombe don cina da APC ta da yawa. Da yanzu na farko a garin Gombe na yanzu kurkukan Gombe ba taɓa sanin tsammani za a jara su gaba ɗaya haka ba. Yanzu kawai kurkukan Gombe da ɗan yake su wannan kawai ya isa tarihi ko mai girma gwamna. To yanzu gashi ana cacale cikin jihar Gombe ana yin gadar ƙasa. To kaga wannan ba ƙaramin ci gaba bane a jihar Gombe. To abubuwa da yawa da mai girma gwamna ke kawo a jihar Gombe shi yasa ake ƙara cikin kafin a manta da mai girma gwamna a jihar Gombe za a jima saboda abubuwan da mai girma ci gaba da mai girma gwamna ya kawo Gombe kafin a share su gaskiya za a jima shi yasa muke ƙara gaya mutane su zo su yanke wani abu su ƙara mara mai girma gwamna ba su jaddada mai girma gwamna kuma a samu ci gaba da yardar ubangiji.
The APC chieftain also appealed to residents of the state to support security agencies by providing credible and timely information to help curb insecurity in Gombe State and the nation at large. Alhaji Modibo further charged youths in the state to embrace skill acquisition programs in order to become self-reliant and avoid involvement in criminal activities. He called on APC supporters to ensure they register and update their party membership cards, national identification number and permanent voter cards to enable them to participate actively in the 2027 general elections and vote for the APC. He concluded by praying for sustained peace in the state and urged the people to continue supporting the APC-led administration for greater development and progress. And moving to religious issues, Islamic scholars in Gombe State have called on parents to accord priority to the religious education of their children as a foundation for moral upbringing and societal discipline. The call was made during the graduation ceremony of 36 Quranic students of Madrasatul Ilmudin Quranic School located at the Ghana quarters in Gombe State. Speaking at the event, Islamic clerics Sheikh Tijani Umar Titi, Sheikh Mohammed Yauta and the Chief Imam of Nana Fatima Mosque Bypass, Gombe Sheikh Shehu Naziru, commended the graduates for attaining proficiency in reciting all parts of the Quran. The scholars emphasized that early exposure to basic Islamic education helps instill discipline, good character and obedience to the commandments of God. They expressed concern over the increasing involvement of some Muslims in criminal activities such as banditry and kidnapping, describing such acts as completely contrary to the teachings of Islam. In his remarks, the founder of the school, Sheikh Baba Abdullahi, appreciated the dedication of the teachers in grooming the students. He disclosed that the school, established 14 years ago, has produced hundreds of students who confluently recite the Quran. Sheikh Baba Abdullahi also revealed plans to expand the school and introduce advanced Quranic memorization programs, but noted that inadequate funding remains a major challenge. He therefore appealed to non-many Muslims and philanthropists to support the school financially to enable it to accommodate more students and broaden its Islamic educational programs. The graduation ceremony also coincided with the wedding Fatiha of Usman Abakar and Habiba Hayatullah, one of the graduating students. A resident of Chudun Wadam Pantami in Gombe Metropolis, Zubair Mohammed, has commended the Gombe State government for the ongoing gully erosion control project linking Chudun Wadam Pantami to Manawachi. Speaking with a roving reporter in Gombe, Zubair Mohammed described the project as one of the best interventions being executed by the Inuai-led administration. He said the erosion control work has restored a sense of relief and belonging to residents whose houses are close to the gullies and were previously under threat of collapse. He added that many residents living around the affected areas are pleased with the project, which they described as people-centered intervention capable of ensuring sustainable development in the community. Zubair Mohammed also called on residents of the state to continue supporting the present administration to enable it to deliver more dividends of democracy. People from all walks of life converged on the Emir's Palace in Nafada to witness the wedding Fatiha of Fatima, daughter of the House member representing Nafada North constituency in the Gombe State House of Assembly, Umar Muhammad Tahir. The marriage was solemnized with a bride price of 220,000 naira. Speaking after the ceremony, the chairman of Nafada local government area, Babangida Adamu Jugawa, congratulated the couple and urged them to see marriage as a lifelong union, not a temporary arrangement. He prayed to Almighty God to bless the marriage with peace and understanding. Also speaking, the Emir of Nafada, Alhaji Dadum Hamza, described marriage as a sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, reminding the couple that marriage is an act of worship and should be conducted in line with Islamic teachings. In an interview, the House member Umar Muhammad Tahir expressed gratitude to God for witnessing the day. He advised the couple to conduct their marital life according to the teachings of the Quran and appreciated guests who came from far and near despite their tight schedules, praying that God rewards them abundantly. Dignitaries of the event include former Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Umar Bayero Nafada, Gombe State Chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Farouk Maazu, and former Director General of Gombe Media Corporation, Kabir Ibn Muhammad, among others. It was also a moment of pride for family, friends, and the people of Gombe. Abba, as a senior custom officer, DSC Mohammed Yuguda, popularly known as Babayo, joined the ranks of traditional title holders in a colorful ceremony that celebrated service and community leadership. Here is a report by a correspondent, Balkisu Bibi Lakuta.
Tradition, culture, and honor came alive in the ancient town of Gombe Abba as the Deputy Superintendent of Customs, Mohammed Yuguda, popularly known as Babayo, was turbaned with the prestigious traditional title of Yerimon Gombe Abba. The colorful ceremony took place at the residence of the district head of Gombe Abba, Alhaji Megari Yuguda, who is also the Sarkin Dawaki of Gombe in Shamaki, Tudun Wadawat area of Gombe Metropolis. The event also witnessed the turbaning of about 30 distinguished sons and daughters of the family, who were conferred with various traditional titles. The turbaning was held at the instance of the ward head of Gali, Alhaji Shehu Umar, who represented the district head of Gombe Abba, alongside 4 other ward heads under Gombe Abba district. Performing the ceremony, the Trakim Gombe Abba charged the newly turban title holders to use their influence and positions to promote unity and attract meaningful development to Gombe Abba, stressing that their selection was based on merit and proven capacity.
Wannan abu da aka ba ku darajar Gombe Abba ne, to don Allah ku san hankalin ku Gombe da ku da kai yi garin gaba ka ku sauran mata don Allah ku da.
Speaking on the occasion, the one-time registrar of Gombe State University, who is also an uncle to the celebrants, Abdullah Yuguda, expressed joy over the honor bestowed on the family, describing it as a well-deserved.
Domin duk wani abin da ya tashi a Gombe Abba, to ana tsammanin kuma ku shiga ciki, ku yi tumutumi duk abin da basarake zai yi, to ya kamata ya zama muku dole ne ko ma ku yi.
Gombe Abba remains one of the oldest settlements of Gombe Emirate, founded by Modibo Bayero, whose tomb is located in the community. Family members, friends and well-wishers attended the historic ceremony in large numbers. Mohammed Ibrahim Nafada, reporting for GMC News.
We are still on religious reports. Christian faithfuls in Gombe were full of praises to God for protection and guidance. Always at Equa Church Zion in Tumfrey area of the Gombe metropolis, the faithfuls were seen rendering praises to God, also for ushering them into the new month. Presenting worship songs by the various subgroups of the church, which included songs from the Churchmen Fellowship, choir and the youth band. The euphoria was also that of fellowship with one another through exchange of greetings in mother tongues, among others. In a preached sermon to mark the Sunday service, the minister in charge of children of the EMS of Tumfrey, Pastor Cyrus Ishak, read from the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 50, and advised the faithfuls on the proper utilization of time to make heaven. Also in their own song presentation, the Equa Fellowship of the Church all renewed their faith in God through songs. The service also observed the end-of-month offering for the church building project and thanksgiving by the family of Mrs. Kofa, as well as child naming and dedication, among others. Meanwhile, the Associate Pastor of Equa Nazareth Nainawa, Pastor Ibrahim Abba Maikari, has charged Christians to remain steadfast in the worship of God in the new year and beyond. Pastor Megari, who preached on the Ekwa theme for the year titled Keep Your Lamp Burning, urged believers to be submissive to the will of God and to fully commit their lives to his service. Meanwhile, at Ekwa, Macedonia, Bagadaza, the guest speaker, Reverend Solomon Adamu Monai, encouraged Christians to live their lives in line with the church's theme for the year. Delivering a Sunday sermon to mark the end of the church's revival week, Reverend Monai advised members of the congregation to always put their faith in God and obey his commandments, stressing that obedience allows God to dwell in the lives of believers. At Ekwa Gospel Bagadaza, the guest speaker, Reverend Ishaya Barau, alongside the minister in charge of the Global Methodist Northern Nigeria Annual Conference, Reverend Karechi Loya, emphasized the need for Christians to bless one another and to preach the gospel of Christ to those who are yet to know him. Similarly, at Ekwa Ushalima Bagadaza, the clergy in charge, Reverend Haggai Arab Audu, urged Christians to seek God's divine guidance ahead of the forthcoming general elections to enable them elect credible leaders. He noted that God listens to the prayers of those who have faith and trust in him, and therefore called on Christians not to relent in prayers. The need for cattle rearers in Balanga local government to live in peace with one another has been stressed. The call was made by an APC stalwart in Bami of Bangu Ward area of Balanga local government. The full story is presented by our reporter.
Alhaji Usman Bami gave the advice while addressing cattle herders of the area who converged for peace ambassadorial meeting.
Inda ya dace a nema ma Fulani haƙƙinsu an nema masu. Domin mashekaranmu, burtullanmu, gwamna ya sa an bi ana gyarawa. Ko ina an sa tubali. Yanzu abin da ya saura irin hanyoyin motar nan wanda ake bi dabbobi wasu suna nomewa har bakin kwalta. Muna neman gwamnati ta sa doka a kansu don Allah tsakanin kwalta da inda za a noma da ya kai ko da tako 30. Kaga shi ana manoma ma yan gari za su samu inda suka kiyo. Sabili haka mu kan bangare mu Fulani ba mu da damuwa abinda inuwa ya haya dem ma yana nan yana sa ana yi. Ko ta ina kamar wajen wawa duk na ji labarin an yi. Mu ma na ga shekaran mu na ga an zo an bi kurtullan mu an bi muna godiya gare shi Allah ubangiji madaukakin sarki Allah daukaka shi.
He praised the quality leadership style of Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, who is also one of the peace ambassadors on the country for making Gombe among the peaceful states. In addition, with the project executed in Balanga local government area, which includes renovation of the primary school in Bangu among others. While speaking on the ongoing APCE membership registration, Alhaji Bami said that members of the cattle herders are trying to update their membership cards as it is their right.
Bugar da zan yi, roƙon da zan yi, mu talaka, mu ƙauya muna da wuyar kai. Muna roƙon gwamna ya turo kowane jauro a kawo inda za a sabunta katin nan ko hakimi ko dagace ko hakimi su zo a muhasse hakimi ya aiki dagace kira jauro ya hiddo mutanensa su zo su yi wannan kati. Akwai mu sarakunan Fulani ana da dama a kai su gidajen mu sarakunan Fulani kowa ya zo ba bulata ne mutu idan ka ce wani ya tafi gari ya yi wannan aiki ne. Sabili haka ina son a ba mu dama a tura wurin sarakunan Fulani da ardabai a yi wannan kati na zabe.
Also commenting on the achievements of the present administration, the district head of Bangu Waja Chiefdom, Alhaji Danjuma Sulaiman, lauded the dividends of democracy enjoyed under Inuwa Yahaya's late administration. In his remark, the village head of Laura, Malam Bakari Sulaiman, described Governor Yahaya as visionary leader who delivered his campaign promises, praying for more success of his administration. For GMC News, Kabiru Garba Boju, the reporting.
Orphans and needies received 20 grinding machines, 10 sacks of maize and 40 baskets of vegetables in Kaltungo local government. The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with the World Bank, made this donation to the above-named beneficiaries. Some beneficiaries aimed, I beg your pardon. The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with the World Bank, made this donation to the orphans and needies, aimed to reduce hardship in life and for every citizen to have a healthy and befitting food. Speaking during the ceremony, the chairman Kaltungo local government, Dr. Ilya Suleiman, appreciated the presentation of the items and commended the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs in collaboration with the World Bank for donating these huge items through the State Ministry of Women Affairs. The chairman also urged the beneficiaries to make good use of the products and that his doors are always open to support such programs. Earlier in a speech, the Director of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, who spoke through the Assistant Director, Nutrition Services Department, and SBCC Officer and RAIN Project, Mrs. Kalu Ocha, disclosed that the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs had trained 200 women in Kaltungo, LGA, in order to improve their daily food and to do away with the problem of malnutrition. Kalu Ocha also said these items were given to only those trained women groups and there will be a strict supervision to ensure good and proper utilization. In his speech, the Magajin Garin Kaltungo, Alhaji Ahmad Ibrahim Ahmad, who spoke on behalf of the traditional rulers, commended the effort of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs and the World Bank for the donation and assured that the beneficiaries will make good use of it. All arrangements have been concluded for the commencement of the 2026 Gombe Emirs Football Cup competition. Speaking to newsmen after a meeting of the Rural Organizing Committee held at Gofsacom FCT Gombe, the committee chairman, Alhaji Ahmed Shaibugara, said the competition will involve all emirates and chiefdoms across the state. He explained that the tournament, sponsored by Green White Green Center, aims to promote unity, discover young talents, improve security, and reduce social vices.
The essence of the Gombe Emirs Cup is first and foremost unity. Unity. We want to unite our people through the traditional institutions. Very important, very key. The second point is we want to discover talents who are residing in these emirates and chiefdoms, because we have a lot of football talents that are there, but they don't have the opportunities to show themselves.
Alhaji Ahmed Shaibugara noted that the introduction of the Gombe Emirs Cup is part of efforts to revive football activities in the state and assure that the competition will be sustained. He added that the committee will tour all emirates and chiefdoms to select the best footballers ahead of the competition. The chairman further disclosed that the Emir of Gombe, Dr. Abakar Show Abakar, has appreciated the initiative and assured the committee of his full support.
For his emirate, for his chiefdom, must have stayed there for a minimum of 6 months.
The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Business, Community and Cooperatives, Alhaji Musa Muhammad Gidado, has paid a sympathy visit to victims of recent fire outbreak at New Mile 3 in Gombe. Speaking during the visit, Alhaji Musa Gidado urged the victims to accept the incident as the will of the Almighty Allah, who gives and takes at any time. He called on government, well-meaning individuals and donor agencies to assist the affected traders in overcoming the losses. Responding on behalf of the victims, the chairman of the New Mile 3 Traders Association, Alhaji Awal Abdul Qadir, thanked Alhaji Musa Gidado for the visit, describing him as a leader worthy of emulation. And this brings the news to the end, but before I go, a look at some of the stories that made headlines. You heard that the Gombe State Deputy Governor had celebrated his 70th birthday just as he unveiled his 5 books. The colorful event took place at the Nigeria Air Force Conference and Event Center, Federal Capital Territory. We also heard that Gombe State government has lifted a ban against movement of herders within and outside the state. The state chairman, Farmer Herders Conflict Prevention and Settlement of Dispute Committee, Dr. Barnabas Malay, disclosed this in a press statement. We also reported to you that Gombe APC has received another boost by former Communications Minister Alhaji Modibo, who made the commendation during an interview with newsmen in Gombe, describing the award as well deserved. And finally, we reported to you that Christian faithfuls are praised God for his protection and guidance. Pastor Megari, who preached on the Equa theme for the year, titled urge believers to be submissive to the will of God and to fully commit their lives to his service. That has been the news. Thanks for watching.